Welcome back to the channel. This three-part story series, From Survival to Success, Black Women Who Turn Struggle into Power, is about Black women who turn survival into strength and struggle into power. These stories reflect the quiet resilience, discipline, and self-trust built through being overlooked, starting over, and rebuilding from the ground up. While the names and situations are fictional, the experiences are real and deeply familiar. This series is a reminder that nothing you survived was wasted, and every step of your journey has been preparing you for the power you walk in today. While you hit that subscribe button, let's take a look at this video's affirmation. Everything I survived prepared me for the power I now walk in. Everything you endured shaped your strength, clarity, and self-trust. Survival sharpened your discipline, healing built your boundaries, and growth revealed your power. Nothing you went through was wasted. Now, let's get into the stories. Story number 1, Jasmine Carter. She was barely surviving. Now she's thriving beyond limits. There is a version of Black womanhood the world rarely wants to acknowledge. Not the polished highlight reel, not the overnight success story, but the version forged in survival mode. The woman who learned how to stretch a dollar, carry her family emotionally, navigate systems that were never built for her, and still show up with grace. This story is about that woman, the one who turned pain into purpose and struggle into strategy. This is not just inspiration, this is proof. Meet Jasmine Carter, a name that sounds familiar because it represents thousands of Black women whose stories rarely make headlines. Jasmine grew up watching her mother work double shifts while still finding time to braid hair, help with homework, and keep the lights on. Survival was not a phase for Jasmine. It was the environment. From an early age, she understood that no one was coming to save her, and instead of letting that reality break her, she let it build her. By the time Jasmine was 19, life tested her hard. She was juggling community college classes, a part-time retail job, and caring for her younger brother after their mother became ill. There were nights when she studied by phone light because the electricity was off. There were days she skipped meals so her brother could eat, and there were moments when quitting felt logical. But something inside her refused to surrender. Jasmine learned early that survival teaches skills success later rewards. She became resourceful. She learned discipline. She learned how to problem solve under pressure. And without realizing it, she was building the foundation for leadership. What looked like struggle was actually training. The turning point did not come with applause. It came quietly. One night, exhausted and overwhelmed, Jasmine wrote 3 words in a notebook. I choose power. That phrase became her anchor. It's the secret phrase for today's video, so if you're listening closely, remember it. I choose power. Jasmine stopped seeing herself as someone behind and started seeing herself as someone becoming. She enrolled in free online courses. She started a small digital service helping local businesses with social media. She failed often. She was underpaid. She doubted herself, but she kept showing up. Success did not mean millions overnight. It meant control. It meant autonomy. It meant waking up without dread. Over time, Jasmine built a client base. She paid off debt. She moved her family into a better home. And most importantly, she healed her relationship with herself. She learned that Black women are often taught to survive loudly, but succeed quietly. Jasmine did the opposite. She shared her journey openly. She mentored younger Black women, reminding them that struggle is not a life sentence. It is a chapter. Jasmine's story is not rare. It's just underreported. Black women are turning trauma into trademarks, exhaustion into empires, and survival into strategy every single day. The world calls it resilience, but let's be clear. This is intelligence. This is adaptability. This is power. And the most radical thing Jasmine ever did was stop apologizing for wanting more. More peace, more money, more rest, more joy. Because success is not just about escaping struggle. It's about refusing to return to it mentally. If this story resonated with you, ask yourself this: what did survival teach you that success will eventually reward? Let us know in the comments below. Story number 2, Danielle Browley. From being overlooked to unstoppable. There is a quiet kind of struggle that doesn't get sympathy. The kind where people assume you're fine because you're not loud about your pain. Where you're dependable, capable, and always holding it together so no one ever thinks to ask if you're tired. This story is for the Black woman who was overlooked, underestimated, and undervalued, yet still found a way to rise, not by luck, not by shortcuts, but by self-trust. Meet Danielle Browley. Danielle was known as the reliable one, the woman everyone leaned on but no one poured into. She grew up learning that excellence was expected, not celebrated. Being smart wasn't special, being strong wasn't optional, and being seen was never guaranteed. Danielle worked hard from the start. She excelled in school, stayed out of trouble, and followed every rule she was told would lead to success. But adulthood showed her a harsh truth. Hard work alone does not protect Black women from being overlooked. At her corporate job, Danielle trained people who later became her supervisors. She watched less qualified coworkers get promoted while she was told to be patient. She was praised for her attitude, her teamwork, her reliability, yet somehow never deemed ready for advancement. Over time, self-doubt crept in. Not because she lacked skill, but because she was surrounded by systems that benefited from her silence. The shift happened during a performance review that felt more like a dismissal of her worth. Danielle walked out of that meeting with a realization she couldn't ignore anymore. Waiting was costing her more than leaving ever could. That night, she wrote a sentence on a sticky note and placed it on her mirror. "I don't need permission to become powerful." That sentence became her daily reminder. Danielle began reclaiming her time, her energy, and her voice. She invested in certifications, she updated her resume, she applied for roles she once felt unqualified to pursue. And when fear showed up, she acknowledged it without letting it drive. Eventually, Danielle left the environment that minimized her and entered one that valued her leadership. The difference was immediate. Her ideas were heard, her contributions were rewarded, her confidence expanded, not because she changed, but because she stopped shrinking. Power did not mean proving anything to those who doubted her. Power meant peace. Power meant boundaries. Power meant knowing when to walk away without guilt. Today, Danielle mentors Black women, reminding them that being overlooked does not mean being unqualified. It often means being too valuable for spaces that rely on your silence. If you've ever felt invisible in rooms where you gave your best, ask yourself this: what would happen if you stopped waiting for recognition and started choosing yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Story number 3, Keisha Thompson, From Rock Bottom to Reclaimed Life. Some stories begin with hope, others begin with survival. And then there are stories that start at rock bottom. This is one of those stories, the kind that doesn't sugarcoat pain or rush the healing process. This is about a Black woman who lost her footing, her confidence, and her sense of self, but refused to stay there. Meet Keisha Thompson. Keisha once had everything together until life unraveled faster than she could recover. Divorce, financial stress, emotional burnout. The version of herself she once recognized felt far away. Keisha spent years being strong for everyone else. A supportive partner, a dependable employee, a present daughter and friend. When her marriage ended and her finances followed, the silence was loud. She moved into a small apartment with borrowed furniture and carried shame heavier than any box she unpacked. She questioned her decisions. She replayed mistakes. And for the first time in her life, she didn't know who she was outside of surviving. Rock bottom isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's realizing you don't recognize yourself anymore. One evening, sitting alone on the floor of her apartment, Keisha whispered something that would later become her turning point. "This is not where my story ends." That sentence became her lifeline. Keisha started small: therapy, journaling, rebuilding her credit, saying no without explaining. She learned that healing is not linear and that rest is productive. She explored new career paths, took classes she once postponed, and slowly rebuilt her confidence. There were setbacks, there were tears, but there was also progress. And progress, no matter how small, became proof that she was moving forward. Success no longer meant perfection, it meant alignment. Keisha didn't chase the life she lost. She built a better one with peace, clarity, and self-respect. Now Keisha shares her journey openly, reminding Black women that starting over is not failure, it's courage in motion. If you're rebuilding after a loss, ask yourself this: what part of you is ready to rise next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Before you go, remember this: your story is not defined by what you survived, but by the strength you uncovered along the way. Every challenge refined you, every setback revealed your resilience, and every step forward proved your power. You are not behind, you are becoming. If this series spoke to you, show your support by liking this video and sharing it on your social media platforms with someone who needs encouragement today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an uplifting story created with you in mind. Always remember, you are worthy, you matter, and you are loved. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.